Hi Maple class. Now today we're going to look at the perimeter of a rectangle. We haven't done this yet, so here we go. So if we look at the question, the discover question, it shows a picture of a swimming pool and some children swimming in it, and there's a little girl saying, "I'm going to swim all the way around." One of the boys says, "The width of the pool is 4 meters." And the other boy says, "The length of the pool is 10 meters. And the question we're asked is, how far will Amelia swim? So she says she's going to swim all the way around the pool. But how do we work it out? So let's have a look. Okay, so the distance around the outside of a shape is called its perimeter. Here is the swimming pool here, and you have the length here, and you have the width here. Now this little guy, to work it out, said, "I use sticks to show the swimming pool, and each stick represents 1 meter. So if you can see those little tiny sticks there. Okay. Now he's set his work out like this. 4 meters is the width of one length, then 10 meters is the length of one side, 4 meters is the other side, and 10 meters is the final side. And he added it all together, gets 28 meters. There is of course another way to work it out which might be quicker, and this little girl shows here. She says, I added 2 lots of the length, which is 2 lots of 10, and then 2 lots of the width, which is 2 lots of 4, double 4, and then she added the final bits together. 20 add 8 is 28, which is a lot quicker. If you're looking at rectangles, a lot quicker to do. And then if we look at B, here, the second part of the question here, it says add another pool is a square shape with a side length of 4 meters. What's the distance around this pool? So if we think about a square, we know that all of the sides of a square are equal, and if each of the sides is 4, all 4 sides will be 4 each. So if we look at this, we draw a square, 4, 4, 4, 4, add the 4s together, and if you know your times tables, that's 4 times 4, it's 16, and it's 16 meters. Okay, let's look at the next question. This is the think together question here. A swimming pool is 8 meters long and 5 meters wide. What is the distance around this swimming pool? Okay, as you can see, it's a rectangle, so we have 8 meters this side, and we'd have 8 meters this side. 5 is the width, and 5 is the width. So they've set it out like this for you, if that helps. There's your first width, your first length, your second width, and your second length. Add them all together. What do you think you get? Well, if you add 5 together first of all, 5 add 5 would be 10. And then you add 8 which is 16. Add that together, 26, and it's 26 meters. So the perimeter is 26 meters. How about number 2? What's the perimeter of this rectangle? Again, you've got both lengths 5, and this time it's centimeters, and then both widths are 3 centimeters. Now if we do this the same as we did before, we'll look at the lengths first. We double the lengths. We know that 5 add 5 is 10. 5 add 5 is 10. We also know that 3 add 3 is 6. And then we add the final totals, 10 add 6. And the perimeter is 16 centimetres. Okay, here's the challenges. Let's look at the first one. So the first one says, you have been asked to find the perimeter of this rectangular swimming pool in metres. How many measurements do you need to work out the perimeter? Why? So, how many measurements do you think you need? Okay, because it's a rectangle, we have the length of one side, we have the width of one side. Do we need to know anything else? Not really, because it's a rectangle, isn't it? So your rectangle is, for example, let's say if it was 5 meters long, this side would also be 5 meters long. And if your width was, for example, 3 meters long, this width would be 3 meters long too. Okay, so all you need to know, the only measurements you need to know are the length of one side and the width of one side. And finally, let's have a look at this question. Part of this swimming pool is covered over. Explain how you could still work out the perimeter. How would you work out the perimeter of this? Think about the measurements you need to know for a rectangle. Okay, so this swimming pool is a rectangle. So if I knew what measurement this was, and I knew what measurement this was, the width was, I would be able to work out the whole of the perimeter, even if it's covered, because the length here is the same as the length here, and the width here is the same as the width here. Now we don't know what it is because we don't know what the length is worth, but if we did know the length and the width of one side, we would know how to work out the perimeter.